you, folks. All right, test, test, test. There we go. There we go. Make sure the headphones are right. Gonna give it a minute. This one I'm gonna do short and sweet because there's a lot. It's a lot to talk about, but I'm gonna get straight to the point. So no title required. Episode 2, we made it. If you guys notice on the playlist, the episode 1 is not on there. After last week's episode, it just disappeared. No explanation. No explanation from YouTube. Nothing. Just gone. So that means we're just gonna do even more and go even harder. Alright, so I'm gonna talk about a subject that's very personal to me for sure. Especially being a new time father and having my first child. Louisiana is a weird place to have a kid. Very weird. I mean, it's weird having a kid right now in this damn time, but it's weird in Louisiana. And you know what? I gotta change the vibes a little bit. Feel a little different. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna listen to something uplifting. Got to. Alright. We're gonna do something a little different first, and then we'll continue our conversation. Hey, first live premiere of the new project. You know what I'm saying? Hey, shout out to Credo, whoever that is. Keep doing your thing, boy. Break the cycle. Break the cycle. Oh, well, we're gonna get straight to the point. All right, fathers. Today's topic: fathers. It's sad that unfortunately society shows us just how active fathers are. I always saw a difference between a dad and a father. You know, anybody can be a dad. You create a child, you help create a child, you plant that seed, you're a dad. I always felt like a father was more of an action title, if we're gonna put a title. You're you never hear nobody saying, "Oh, he's daddying him." You're I fathered my you fathered his son. I fathered my son. It's an action. It's what you do. Same as like a friend. A friend is not somebody that you cool with. It's something that they do according to your standards. Whatever you think a friend is, and those are the people that will gravitate toward you. But I had a weird experience before my son got here. It was kind of weird. And I put it this way. You would think that, you're there in the waiting room, you're there asking questions, you're paying attention, you're in the moment, you're locked in, and nobody acknowledges you. They're just talking to the mother. All right, so what's going on is, you know, by the look at the placenta, there's a possibility of it shearing due to the quadrilogical force of the side swipe of the ovarian tube. Like, excuse me, what that mean? What that mean? And then they'll look over at you. Oh, that means, and then they'll turn their attention right back to the mother. Or you be there, and the only time any the nurses acknowledge you or any doctors or whatever like that, they acknowledge you is when you have to say something or ask a question. It's never inviting you, all right, join in on this. None of that. It was weird because I was like, okay, if a man is actively showing that he's there, why wouldn't you include him? Especially if he's claiming to be the father, he wants to be the father, he's doing everything he can to educate himself and ask questions and assert himself. Why wouldn't you at least give him that respect? What I found, and I even asked one of the nurses, because I'm the kind of person, if something hit me, I'm gonna ask right then and there. Like, I'm gonna surprise you. I'm gonna be very forthcoming. And I asked, I said, is it because there's a lack of like fathers? Like, is there so many single parents today that you guys don't even really put your attention? Like I said, I even pointed out, like, you look at all the pamphlets and everything like that. There's nothing for like what fathers need to know, or any kind of literature for fathers. And I found that they've been putting up with a lot of dads that the fathers get mixed in. Like, that's crazy. Like you would think in this day and time, like if a person is showing you the actions, that's what you go by. But they've it's such the status quo that people can help make babies, but they won't be there to take care of them. And that's not a shot at anybody or whatever like that. It's just speaking from my reality, my point of view, like that. That's that's kind of concerning because you hear so much about what men don't do overall, but then we don't put the same energy into talking about what men do overall. And that's kind of crazy because like it definitely made me feel some kind of way waiting for my son to get here and going through all the appointments, and it was only a handful that like included me or made me feel like I was included. Like I felt ostracized, and I'm like I'm not here at this appointment for my health. Like it's not I'm not her ride or anything. No, this is my son. Like I'm here for him. So any question I ask, I would I would love an answer. Like I really want to know. Like nobody's gonna put their energy into something that they're not really their heart's not in it. Come on now. And I was like, okay, regardless of what the status quo is, regardless of what people do or don't do, I'm here and I'm participating and I'm asking and I'm concerned. I have questions. There have been a lot of times where his mother wouldn't say everything she was going through or everything she was feeling. I'm like, no, I, I'm snitching. No, she was complaining about pain in her lower back earlier. Or no, she'd been having acid reflux. Or no, like I would get really detailed and tell because like, come on, now. I can be like that sometimes. Sometimes I can admit that. So, but either way, so throughout this process, only a handful of people like included me, and even the nurse I asked the questions to, like they were real nice about it. I said nurse, but it was nurses plural. They were real nice. You know, they answered all my questions, and they were actually kind of surprised that I even asked and I had the viewpoint. Because I was like, I get it. I can understand that. I was like, but I've always wondered because I was like, I've been treated. Oh, is it over? Wow, that was interesting. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. That was weird. Hold on, give me a moment. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna do this. We're gonna freestyle this. We're doing it live. We're doing it live. All right, we're gonna do it this way. This is what a lot of podcasters are doing anyway, being out in the street. So, if you could eat two things, yellow or roaches, what is your choice? Like stupid question. I don't like stupid questions. Stupid. Yo, what did it do? 420 in the house. 420 in the house. What it do, bro? All right, for those of y'all though, that don't know, that don't know, I'm just gonna shout you out, bro. I got to. We're gonna take a little brief interlude real quick. All right, so in the chat, Tim Gold, Mr. 420 himself, literally born April 20th. my brother from another mother. We look different, but we still the same color. That's a little freestyle for you, bro. Uh, I've known this dude. Hey, much love, bro. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, man. Like for real, for real. All right, for those of you who know me from like Clarkston, Mississippi, that those stumping grounds, you know, the Delta. Lord have mercy. It's been a long time, but this guy looked out on me, and we came a long way together, especially during like the process of like my divorce. And for those of you who know that era, that he's number one guy. Like we would, man. It's hard to put into words. All I can say is if you know that person that you could like vibe with, you always meet people everywhere, but it's never no animosity, no ulterior motives. Even if there is a disagreement, it's a conversation. It's a debate. It turns into a debate. Me and Tim had plenty of debates where we'll be just talking about random things, bro. There ain't no telling where our conversation will go. We'll go from talking about fruity pebbles, then to talking about the cosmos, like Neil deGrasse Tyson. Like, there ain't no telling where are we going, how we go from zero. See, when I look at fruity pebbles, I think about the astrologic lights in the cosmos and how the different colors represent the different galaxies, and it'll go anywhere. I actually got a few people in my life that you can go through like that. But for those of you, also, I gotta give a special shout out to the top two. The second verse was penned by this dude right here. I reached out to him, and we were talking on Messenger. And this dude, because he also wanted to hear the instrumental. I don't know which came first, him doing the verse, or I probably sent the instrumental first. Knowing him, because we like to freestyle, we like to do all kinds of stuff. And he was really the one that gave me my chops. Like, the dude motivated because I would hear him flow, and I was like, nah, I gotta do it too. But then introducing me to different artists, and he's the main reason why I listen to Eminem heavy, Big Sean, Joker. Okay, and hold on, is it the? I want to be respectful. Is it the Joker or Joker? Because I know there's like two Joker artists out there. I think, but I think he's like from somewhere in Mississippi. I want to say, I don't really listen to Joker yet. Not really. The Joker. See, the Joker. The Joker. Uh, yeah, man. I gotta say, dude, that he gave me one of like the hottest verse I've ever spit on the mic. Like that was dope. And when he wrote it, it was like I was like, man, how is this? That's gonna be a conversation for another show. I gotta say it, but shout out to that man. That second verse, like, bro. And we gotta do something with that. Some extra stuff with that. But we'll talk about that for sure, for sure. Uh, but I appreciate you for coming on, bro. Um, for those of you who are looking on external sources, uh, we're talking about being a new father, uh, and specifically, you know, there's been a a lot of things I've been seeing about men overall, but I think my personal experience though is like it kind of gave me a different viewpoint on it. Like it really, I don't know. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm not gonna lie, but it sucked. My experience before my son got here sucked because I felt I felt like I wasn't getting some of the tools, and I felt like I didn't get the support from like external sources like the nurses, the doctors. Like I felt like I wasn't included. I wasn't equipped with the knowledge I was asking for. I was looking for. Like it was. I can't tell you. I mean, how frustrating it was leading up to him getting here, but nothing compared to when he actually got here. Because the day that he was supposed to get here, July 8th,
14th.
what?
14th.
What are you talking about? Shallow was born July 8th.
Yeah, I'm saying he was supposed to be here
I'm not talking about that. You all up in my show. I'm talking about the day he got here.